around the 17-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, ready? 5-8, 5-8. 11. You got three down.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
N20IC.
One more, and that comes your way later tonight out in Oakland. The Denver Broncos and Vic Fangio's coaching debut, taking on the Oakland Raiders, the final home opener for the Silver and Black in the East. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Mike set. 19. 5-4. Nice, sweetheart. Let's go.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And this is caught by Fells, right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Watson. Fells has it, left side. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Haywood. Watch the boot. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Oh, you got deep? And we're going 37. Sammy. Oh, here we go.
Now Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Breeze to throw. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. From midfield, here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third and short. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 50 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Taking it about the 16. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Breeze going to throw. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Play to win. Let's go. Ready? You ready? You must be getting easy. Opposite.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Ready? 95-56.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 23.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You're good, you're good. High 4, ready. 55, Mike. Hey, high 7. Cut.
Throwing now is Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 35-yard line.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Back to you. I'm going to
A first carry now for Alex Collins. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. So we are at halftime in the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete to QT. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. Spinning away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 4, check 4. 53. Hey, exit.
They go with Murray again. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Breeze steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 30.
Yeah, I got 20, bro.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now it's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Mike is set.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll try the air now with Watson. That is caught at the 7. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. Check safety, check safety.
Back to throw, Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary 1st step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
5-9. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Hey, easy. Mike 37. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Working from the gun, it's Brees. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go, team.
Out of the gun, this is Collins. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His 2nd goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Let's go, defense.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
To throw again on second down. Watson, open man, the tight end fails. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Watson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, his second sack of the night. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Breeze now. He gets it to Thomas. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Like 41. We've got a wedge down. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 11. 41's the mark. Check 41. It's been a long day for you. Hey, Sue. 41 Mike. Oh, yeah.
Back to throw, Breeze. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll look to throw. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Watson. He's got Fuller. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for New Orleans, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.